Joining me in the studio this morning, practically the entire Tubbs family. We've got Don Tubbs here, as well as Eric Tubbs and Dave Tubbs. And the reason is that these guys are celebrating 60 years in business as Tubbs Brothers. And that is really quite a milestone. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Morning, Stan.
Well, let's start with you, Mr. Tubbs. Of course, you're probably the guy to ask about the history, about how this business got together. I remember as a kid when you guys were down here, right downtown, across from the state police post, and a lot of nice-looking Mopars sitting on the corner there back in those days. So that was close to the beginning of it.
That's probably the beginning of it. 1954, I think it was the beginning that we established our business.
Yeah, certainly a lot of things have changed throughout the years. You guys moving out of town, a couple of miles west of town to a new facility, and a lot of challenges, I'm sure, along the way.
Oh, yes, plenty of challenges. And we had to move because of room. We got our business increased and cars. We had to stack more automobiles, and we just didn't have the room where we were. So we just moved.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, the way that cars are sold now has changed over the years as well, too. I mean, you know, people used to just come in and buy a car. Now you have leasing options. You got a lot of other things that you're dealing with.
Yes.
And the selection of vehicles has increased as well, too.
Yes, it has, very much so.
The story that I remember my dad telling me, Stan, was that when they first started, they'd sell a car and have enough money to buy another one. So then you drive to Detroit, and they had, was it like a 48 Chrysler you used to drive and put the money in the door panel?
Yeah.
In case there was an accident, so then Brother Cease would know where all the money for the store was.
Yeah. No, of course, you started the business with your brother Cecil, and
Right.
He's since passed. But, you know, I remember you guys as a kid growing up in this area. You guys, you know, Cease would kind of handle the repairs and the service department, and you were handling the new cars.
Yes, that's the way the arrangement was then.
Yeah. But any particular, I mean, this is kind of an interesting story that Dave tells about how you used to go down and pick up a new car for inventory. But any other particular stories you can tell us about kind of the progress of changing into what's now known as Tubbs Brothers?
Well, not really. It all evolved slowly. So, you know, nothing stands out and really grabs you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you think about when we moved out to the facility there in 1976, we had 12 employees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now there's about 55, so...
That has changed, yes.
Yeah, well, certainly, you know, you've got not only your new and used car sales, you've got the body shop out there, you've got all the other facilities to go along with what's happening with today's cars. Along the way, you kind of handed over the reins to your son Dave and Eric here, and,
Yes.
and it looks to me like that's worked out pretty well for you.
Yes, it has, yes. It has, yeah, they do a good job.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, you know, what can you tell us about 60 years of being in business, and what's it like to be, you know, like sticking with the family business for that amount of time?
Well, you know, Stan, I grew up in an automotive household, but when I graduated from college, I moved down into the Detroit area and worked there for about 15 years. Dave came right out of school and took over Tubbs Brothers, and I joined the company about 20 years ago, which doesn't seem like very Doesn't seem like long ago, but now I look back and it's a long time, you know. And we moved up here, and I raised my family up here, and it's been a great place to raise my family. But even in the 20 years that I've been there, when I started, we were still doing our books on ledgers. Mm-hmm. So we were doing millions of dollars of business, and our bookkeeper had ledgers spread out in front of her, and I said, you know, they make computers for that.
For this kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, our parts guys had card files that they look through and manually update.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, when you look at today's automotive business, Dave, What are things that people are looking at as we look at this point forward? I know that big thing that gets talked about in our business is the connected dash. Cars now with Wi-Fi and all the electronics that are in automobiles is certainly not only good news for the consumer, but it probably creates some challenges on your end. If a service situation comes around.
Well, you walk into our service department and you still see big toolboxes, but you're most likely to see a technician with a laptop connected to an automobile. So these guys are not only mechanically inclined, but they're electrical engineers also. The technology exists today for cars essentially to drive themselves. It's the populace and the laws that aren't up to speed on that kind of thing yet.
Absolutely.
And obviously, as energy challenges face us, we're going to see more and more technology. Cars will be safer and safer and more efficient, but more expensive.
Yeah. And I think, Stan, the other thing that brings up is you talk about the technicians and you talk about the 55 employees we have. And these are, jobs in this community. Certainly we have some entry-level jobs as well. But most of these people are highly skilled people that make good incomes because it's a highly skilled business now, not just anyone, even sales professionals. They have to know about these automobiles. And our used car business, we sell cars all over the country now because we use the internet so much. And it's amazing. We just had someone from Iowa.
Iowa flew in, picked up a car last week.
And that's not even unusual anymore. It happens all the time.
Yeah, really, you can really broaden your horizons by use of the internet. And, people can log on these days, Dave, and see what you have in inventory, see what the current models are, and, see what your company is all about. And that makes a big difference.
Yeah, essentially you can purchase a car from us without stepping foot inside the dealership. And we even deliver to you. So it's, it's kind of like the buy it now mentality.
Yeah, add to cart.
Add to cart, right. Yeah, add it to your cart, exactly.
Yeah. But in any case, as you look forward to the future, any particular plans for Tubbs Brothers as we move down the road?
I think we just want to continue to grow in the community and be part of Sandusky and Sanilac County. It's a great place to live, and it's great to be able to provide some jobs up here so that people can live a great lifestyle but still make a good income.
All right.
I think also, too, we support the community a lot through all the actions, and that's what these family businesses do, so it's great to have family businesses in the area. All
right. Of course, you guys have family of your own. Are they thinking about joining the business at some point in time?
Well, I have my son is working in the dealership now, and then we also have the Bennett Power Sports store over in Marlette where my daughter and son-in-law. So all my family's involved. Eric's family is a bit younger, so I think his son's going to be a rocket scientist. I don't know about the girls. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, with the evolving automobiles, rocket scientist is probably a good place to be. Mr. Tubbs, as you look forward to the future, I know that you've been long since retired, but I know that you also still check into the office occasionally.
Yes, like every day.
Well, that's great. Well, guys, thanks for joining us this morning. Any final words, anyone?
Yeah, no, I look forward to many more, another 60 years with Tubbs Brothers in the community.
All right, again.
And I would just like to kind of extend an invitation to our customers and ex-employees. We've had a lot of employees throughout the year to stop in. We're having a little get-together on Saturday after around 4 o'clock and stop in and say hello to my mom and dad. If you worked there before, say hello to the rest of the crew. And we got a little fireworks show going on at about 7 o'clock on Saturday.
At dark.
At dark. So.
All right. Again, it's Tubbs Brothers, 2 miles west of Sandusky, celebrating 60 years. Don Tubbs, Dave Tubbs, Eric Tubbs, thanks for joining us this morning on WMIC.